So just when you think you know Google Ads, a video like this comes up and tells you that there's probably some settings that you don't even know exist in Google Ads. And that's what I'm here to tell you. There are some settings that most people don't even know about. And these settings could be the key to success or failure in a Google Ads account. So I'm going to tell you what these settings are, why you should care about these settings, and how we're going to get them set up. And later in this video, I'm going to tell you about one of these settings that keeps coming back to haunt me again and again. Hey everyone, and welcome to another Focus Your Ads video. This is Dan here, and we're going to be diving into a pretty, well, I guess it's exciting topic. It's going to be about settings that you normally don't even think about in Google Ads. Now, I want to help you avoid some of these mistakes with settings, as I see this far too often, and they really can be a problem for your account and your business. So some of these settings are just kind of hidden, they're hard to find, but other ones almost seem kind of intentionally hidden. And maybe that's for a good purpose, but I think there's reasons why we want to venture into these settings and adjust things. In either case, you need to know where to find these settings and how to adjust them. I think it's important. All right, so imagine this with me for a second. You're a hardware store in Chicago, and you have this 20-mile radius set around you, so you know that, okay, only people in this 20-mile radius should be getting my ads, right? But all of a sudden you see someone from another state, you see another person from India, and you start seeing traffic from Canada. Why are these people showing up in my ads? Like what's going on here? And there is a solution to this, and I see this often, and it can cause big problems because now you're starting to show up in places you don't want to show up. And there are reasons for this. And essentially Google has determined that this person is actually interested in your location and not necessarily in that location. And there's one way to deal with it, and it's the way I see a lot of people deal with it, is they start to add negatives for each of these locations. But you're essentially playing a game of whack-a-mole with Google Ads, and that's never a fun game to play. So why would Google even allow this? Well, one reason they actually allow this is because if, for example, this person that's in Chicago, maybe they're searching for your store, your hardware store, but maybe they are also traveling. So maybe they're on vacation right now. They're somewhere else. They search for a hardware store in Chicago. Now, they're expecting to see some ads for Chicago. So that's what happens. You start showing ads for Chicago. Now, this is good. This is one good use scenario for this. Another good use scenario would be someone, maybe a virtual assistant that lives somewhere else, but they help out the business person that lives in Chicago. So this person's paying them to do searches for them. And maybe that search involves trying to find a hardware store in their area. So this could be another scenario where finding a hardware store in Chicago could be a good thing. But I also find, on the other hand, what happens is a person searching for this, often it's spam. You get a lot of spam this way because people searching, they'll be searching from India, they'll be searching from other areas, and it's not always people that actually want your store. Maybe they want to contact you because they want to sell you something. Maybe they're trying to get a list together and they're going to be emailing that list, but they want to go through Google Ads. So they're legitimate clicks, but now they're doing searches in other areas and they're building this list, but they're not in your area. They have no intentions of going to your area, but they know how to manipulate the system. So one way someone could do this is by just typing in hardware store in Chicago. And if they were somewhere else, that search could come up for them and you could be paying for a click for that person. So there's lots of scenarios for it, but unless you have a good reason to have it on, I would probably turn this off. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So you're going to go into your account. You're going to go to the campaign that you want to adjust. And this is going to be on every campaign. So you're going to have to do this on each campaign. And then you're going to go into your settings, then click on the locations tab and scroll down to where it says location options. Click on this and you're presented with two options. One is presence and the other is presence or interest. In most cases, as we've been talking about, you're probably going to want to go with presence. However, if you're looking for a little more traffic, maybe you want to try presence or interest, and that'll expand your reach a little bit. Keep in mind that Google's always going to default to presence and interest. So if you haven't changed this yet, it's going to be set with that setting. If you want to change it, you'll have to go in there and change it on each account. All right, next we're going to talk about one of the hardest settings to find. This is the one that I think possibly is intentional, that they kind of hide it intentionally. I don't know why they would hide it, but it sure seems hard to find. This is going to be a display and remarketing type setting. And it's pretty important because it takes your remarketing and changes it from remarketing to remarketing plus a whole bunch of other audiences. So it's not really remarketing anymore. So if you're not sure what remarketing is, it's essentially we're taking your ad and we're showing it to people that have been to your website already. Now, if you take that ad, show it to people that have been to your website, plus all this other audience, it's not really remarketing. You're showing it to a new audience. And that's what this setting does for you. And if you're struggling for traffic and you want more traffic, like it's working out well for you and you want to expand things, then this could be a good option to turn back on. But if you want to keep things kind of tight and actually remarket to your customers, then you're going to want to have this off. And again, this is another setting that's turned on by default. So if you don't know about the setting, it's probably already been on in your account. So you're probably already running with it on. This setting is called optimized targeting. And as I've kind of explained or alluded to, it's a way for Google to expand your reach beyond what you're already targeting. So in a remarketing ad, if we take your remarketing audience, they're going to expand beyond that and try to find audiences that are similar to that audience. But that's not really what we want always in a remarketing campaign. So to find this setting, you're first going to want to go to a display campaign, go into the ad group level. So instead of being at the campaign, you want to go down to the ad group level and click on settings. All right, so here's the sneaky part. Click on edit ad group targeting. This is where you're going to find optimized targeting. So you can turn it off or on in this section and you should be good to go. All right, so I want to tell you a story about a setting that has caused me some headaches in the past. So I manage a lot of accounts right now, and this is one setting that allows Google to essentially get a lot of control over your account. And I've had this setting be turned on before. So a client will go, we'll be working away and things are going well. We're starting to get some sales. And all of a sudden, someone will reach out to one of my clients and they'll say, hey, you need to turn this setting on because it's a great setting. And they're very convincing about this. And so my clients say, okay, sure, we'll turn this on. And before I have any ability to say, no, don't turn that on, they go ahead and turn this on and things start happening in the account. Changes start happening without me. Changes start happening without my client. And now I have to go backtrack and find all these changes that have happened because I didn't know that they'd turn the setting on and suddenly things are changing on their own. So the moral of the story is if you're going to turn this on, be aware it's on so you know that things are going to change in your account. If you're going to turn it on and you have someone working for you, like an account manager, make sure you talk to them before adjusting this because it can cause some headaches and it can cause someone to have to go back through your account history and try to change things back again to where it was working fine. So it's just a bit of a warning. And this feature has come back to haunt me in a few cases, but I don't want you to be scared of it because we can adjust it. So this is the auto apply feature in Google Ads, and it can be found in your recommendations. You're going to see an auto apply button in the top right corner of your screen. Click on that. And then you're going to want to go through all the checkboxes and uncheck every box. If you see something that you're interested in keeping as auto apply, then go ahead and keep that. But just realize that these are going to automatically apply this and it's not going to ask your permission to do it. It's just going to make the changes for you. Now, if you really want to take your Google Ads to the next level and save some time, improve your ads, and earn more money, well, check out this next video because it talks about using ChatGPT to help you with Google Ads and save you a lot of time that way. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.